Welcome to the Advanced U.S. FDA Food Labeling Regulatory Compliance Program by CDG Training. This course is designed to help you understand the key requirements of U.S. FDA food labeling regulations, including mandatory label elements, nutrition facts, ingredient declarations, allergen labeling, nutrition and health claims, and compliance best practices. Whether you are a food manufacturer, quality professional, regulatory specialist, auditor, importer, exporter, or food industry professional, this course will provide practical knowledge to help ensure FDA-compliant food labeling and support consumer confidence. Thank you for choosing CDG Training. Now, let's begin our journey toward mastering advanced U.S. FDA food labeling regulatory compliance. Food labels are one of the most important communication tools between food manufacturers and consumers. They provide essential information about the identity, ingredients, nutrition, allergens, storage instructions, and use of food products. In the United States, food labeling is regulated primarily by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, to ensure that consumers receive truthful, accurate, and non-misleading information. CDG Training believes that understanding FDA food labeling requirements is the foundation of regulatory compliance and consumer protection. Food labeling is not simply a legal requirement, it protects public health and enables consumers to make informed purchasing decisions. Accurate labels help individuals identify dietary options, compare nutritional values, follow dietary restrictions, and safely consume food products. For manufacturers, proper labeling reduces regulatory risks, strengthens brand reputation, facilitates market access, and minimizes costly recalls. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, is responsible for protecting public health by regulating the safety, labeling, and marketing of most food products sold in the United States. The FDA develops labeling regulations, conducts inspections, reviews compliance, issues guidance documents, and takes enforcement actions against misleading or non-compliant food labels. Food businesses must understand FDA requirements before introducing products into the U.S. market. FDA food labeling regulations aim to ensure that labels are truthful, scientifically supported, and easy for consumers to understand. The regulations help prevent deceptive marketing while promoting transparency throughout the food supply chain. Key objectives include protecting consumer health, preventing misleading claims, supporting informed purchasing decisions, standardizing food labeling, improving allergen awareness, and enhancing nutritional transparency. FDA labeling regulations apply to a wide range of packaged foods marketed in the United States, including processed foods, beverages, snacks, bakery products, dairy products, seafood, dietary supplements, confectionery, and imported food products. Some products, such as meat, poultry, and certain egg products, are primarily regulated by the USDA, making it important for businesses to determine which authority governs their products. Organizations that maintain FDA-compliant labels gain several operational and commercial advantages. Accurate labeling reduces enforcement risks, improves customer confidence, strengthens retailer relationships, and supports international trade. Compliance also minimizes product recalls, warning letters, legal liabilities, and financial losses associated with incorrect labeling. Food labeling compliance is a shared responsibility. Regulatory specialists, product developers, nutrition experts, quality assurance personnel, marketing teams, packaging designers, and senior management all contribute to creating compliant labels. Effective communication between departments helps ensure that product labels accurately reflect ingredients, nutritional information, allergen declarations, and approved claims. A snack food manufacturer launched a new product with an incorrect allergen declaration. During a retailer review, the labeling error was identified before nationwide distribution. The company immediately revised the label, strengthened internal label approval procedures, introduced multiple verification checkpoints, and trained employees on FDA labeling requirements. The improvements prevented a costly product recall and significantly strengthened the organization's regulatory compliance process. This chapter introduced the importance of FDA food labeling regulations, the role of the FDA, objectives of food labeling compliance, products covered by FDA regulations, organization responsibilities, and the business benefits of accurate labeling. Understanding these fundamentals prepares you for exploring the detailed labeling requirements explored in subsequent chapters. Why are FDA food labeling regulations important? What is the primary role of the FDA in food labeling? Which products are generally regulated by the FDA? How do accurate food labels protect consumers? Why is cross-functional collaboration important for label compliance? CDG Training believes that FDA food labeling compliance is more than a regulatory obligation. It is a commitment to transparency, consumer safety, and ethical business practices. Organizations that invest in accurate labeling, employee competence, and robust verification processes build stronger brands, reduce compliance risks, and earn long-term consumer trust. A thorough understanding of FDA labeling fundamentals provides the foundation for mastering advanced food labeling regulations. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, plays a crucial role in regulating food labeling to ensure consumer safety and informed choices. Understanding the FDA's regulatory framework is essential for compliance and effective labeling practices. The Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act is the cornerstone of U.S. food labeling laws, prohibiting false or misleading labels and ensuring consumer protection. It empowers the FDA to enforce labeling requirements and conduct inspections. The Nutrition Labeling and Education Act standardizes nutrition facts and regulates health claims, helping consumers make informed choices while preventing misleading marketing. Title 21 of the Code of Federal Regulations contains detailed requirements for food labeling, ensuring manufacturers adhere to standardized practices. FDA guidance documents offer practical recommendations for regulatory compliance, helping manufacturers understand and apply regulations consistently. Not all food products fall under FDA regulation. Some are overseen by other agencies like the USDA, highlighting the importance of understanding jurisdictional boundaries. The FDA has significant enforcement powers, including issuing warning letters and conducting inspections to ensure compliance with food labeling laws. A case study of a beverage manufacturer shows how regulatory compliance can reduce risks and strengthen retailer confidence through improved labeling practices. This chapter covered the foundational aspects of FDA food labeling regulations, including key acts and guidance documents. A knowledge check helps reinforce understanding. CDG Training emphasizes the importance of understanding regulatory frameworks to enhance compliance and competitiveness in the marketplace. The Principal Display Panel, or PDP, is the part of a food package most likely to be seen by consumers. It serves as the primary communication area and must clearly identify the food, complying with FDA labeling requirements. A well-designed PDP improves product recognition and supports purchasing decisions. Understanding PDP requirements is essential for developing compliant food packaging. The PDP provides essential information at first glance, identifying the product and its quantity clearly and prominently. A well-designed PDP supports transparency and builds consumer trust. Balancing regulatory requirements with attractive packaging is key, avoiding misleading graphics or statements. The statement of identity must clearly and accurately describe the food product, appearing prominently on the PDP. It should not exaggerate or misrepresent the product. Examples include whole wheat bread and orange juice, which are correct, while fresh orchard health drink is incorrect. FDA regulations require the PDP to display the net quantity of contents, informing consumers about the amount of product in the package. This information should be clear and easily readable, including weight, volume, and combination measurements where applicable. Font size and prominence are crucial for readability under normal shopping conditions. Factors like font size, letter contrast, and background color affect how easily information can be read. Proper typography ensures compliance and avoids regulatory observations. The information panel is located next to the PDP and contains mandatory information not on the PDP. It includes nutrition facts, ingredient lists, allergen declarations, and manufacturer information, ensuring consistency across packaged food products. FDA requires specific information on the information panel to appear together without interruption. This includes the Nutrition Facts Panel, ingredient list, major food allergen declaration, and manufacturer information. Keeping these elements together helps consumers quickly locate important product information. A compliant label should remain readable throughout the product's shelf life. Text should not be hidden by packaging folds or graphics. Manufacturers must ensure labels remain legible after printing and packaging operations. Many FDA observations result from incorrect label placement rather than incorrect information. Common mistakes include hidden ingredient lists, incorrect net quantity location, and small font size. Regular label reviews reduce these compliance risks. A cereal manufacturer redesigned its packaging to improve marketing appeal. However, the regulatory team found that promotional graphics partially covered the net quantity declaration. The company repositioned the graphics and ensured compliance, avoiding potential regulatory action. The principal display panel and information panel are the foundation of FDA-compliant food labels. Correct placement of the statement of identity, net quantity declaration, nutrition facts panel, ingredient list, and manufacturer information ensures regulatory compliance while improving consumer understanding. Test your understanding of the principal display panel and information panel requirements. Consider the purpose of the PDP, mandatory elements on the information panel, and common label placement mistakes. CDG Training emphasizes that proper label layout is crucial for regulatory compliance. Accurate information and clear placement prevent regulatory observations and enhance consumer confidence. Organizations should integrate regulatory review into the packaging design process. Understanding the nutrition facts label is crucial for ensuring consumer safety and regulatory compliance. It provides essential information about the nutritional content of food products. The nutrition facts label helps consumers make informed choices by detailing the nutritional composition of food products. It supports healthier purchasing decisions and ensures regulatory compliance. Serving size is a key element of the nutrition facts label, reflecting the amount typically consumed. It helps consumers understand the nutritional content of the entire product. Calories and mandatory nutrients must be declared in a standardized order on the nutrition facts label. This ensures consumers can evaluate the nutritional quality of food products. The percent daily value, %DV, helps consumers understand how much a nutrient contributes to their daily diet. It guides them in comparing products and selecting foods that meet their dietary needs. The nutrition facts label must adhere to FDA formatting requirements to ensure clarity and prevent consumer confusion. This includes font size, line spacing, and nutrient order. Accurate nutrition information is determined through laboratory analysis and validated databases. Changes in ingredients require recalculation before marketing. Common nutrition labeling errors include incorrect serving sizes and miscalculated calories. Routine verification helps prevent compliance problems. Before product launch, a comprehensive nutrition label review is essential. This includes verifying calculations and confirming compliance with regulations. A beverage manufacturer improved compliance by recalculating nutritional values and revising label artwork. This reduced labeling errors and strengthened FDA compliance. This chapter summarized the importance of accurate nutrition labeling for consumer decisions and FDA compliance. It covered serving sizes, calories, nutrients, %DV, and verification processes. Ingredient declaration is a critical part of FDA food labeling regulations. Every packaged food must clearly list all ingredients so consumers understand exactly what the product contains. Ingredients must be declared truthfully, accurately, and in accordance with FDA regulations. Proper ingredient labeling improves transparency, supports informed purchasing decisions, and protects consumers with allergies or dietary restrictions. CDG Training believes that accurate ingredient declaration is necessary to ensure trust and regulatory compliance. The FDA requires ingredients to be listed by their common or usual names in descending order of predominance by weight. This means the ingredient present in the greatest quantity appears first, while the smallest quantity appears last. Manufacturers must ensure ingredient lists accurately reflect the product formulation and are updated whenever recipes change. Consumers should easily recognize ingredient names. FDA requires manufacturers to use common or usual names instead of technical or scientific terminology unless specifically permitted. This practice improves transparency and reduces consumer confusion. Some food ingredients are themselves made from multiple ingredients. These are called compound ingredients. Manufacturers may either declare the compound ingredient followed by its sub-ingredients or list all individual ingredients directly, depending on FDA requirements. Proper declaration ensures complete transparency. Food allergies affect millions of consumers and can cause severe or life-threatening reactions. Accurate allergen labeling enables consumers to identify products that may pose health risks. FDA currently recognizes 9 major food allergens. The Food Allergen Labeling and Consumer Protection Act, FALCPA, requires manufacturers to clearly identify major allergens whenever they are intended to be part of the product. Clear allergen declaration reduces consumer risks and improves consumer confidence. The Food Allergy Safety, Treatment, Education, and Research (FASTER) Act added sesame as the 9th major food allergen in the United States. Manufacturers must clearly declare sesame whenever it is intentionally included as an ingredient. This requirement strengthens food safety for individuals with sesame allergies and improves labeling consistency. Precautionary allergen statements are voluntary statements intended to inform consumers about potential cross-contact risks. These statements do not replace mandatory allergen declarations and should only be used after conducting appropriate risk assessments. Organizations must verify ingredient and allergen compliance to ensure product labels meet FDA requirements. This involves various reviews such as supplier specification, formula verification, and final label inspection. Cross-functional collaboration reduces labeling errors and strengthens FDA compliance. A cookie manufacturer replaced sunflower oil with sesame oil due to supply shortages. Although the recipe changed, the product label was not updated immediately. During the company's final label verification process, the omission was identified before commercial distribution. Production was temporarily paused, labels were corrected to declare sesame, employees received refresher allergen training, and change control procedures were strengthened. The company avoided a potentially serious allergen recall and reinforced its FDA compliance program. Ingredient declaration and allergen labeling are essential components of FDA food labeling requirements. Ingredients must be listed in descending order by weight, use common ingredient names, properly declare compound ingredients, comply with FALCPA and the FASTER Act, and maintain effective verification systems to protect consumers. In what order should ingredients be listed on FDA food labels? What is a compound ingredient? Which 9 major allergens require declaration under FDA regulations? What is the purpose of FALCPA and the FASTER Act? Why are ingredient verification and label reviews important before product release? CDG Training believes that ingredient transparency and accurate allergen labeling are among the most important responsibilities of every food manufacturer. Even a small labeling error can have significant health, legal, and financial consequences. Organizations that implement strong formulation controls, robust change management, cross-functional label reviews, and comprehensive employee training create safer food products, strengthen regulatory compliance, and build lasting consumer confidence. Food claims are essential for informing consumers about the nutritional value and health benefits of products. They influence purchasing decisions and help ensure safety and compliance with FDA regulations. Understanding these claims is crucial for both manufacturers and consumers. The FDA categorizes food claims into 3 main types: nutrient content claims, health claims, and structure/function claims. Each category requires specific scientific support and adherence to FDA regulations. Nutrient content claims describe the level of a nutrient in a food product. Examples include low fat, high fiber, and sugar-free. These claims must meet FDA-defined criteria before appearing on labels. Health claims link a nutrient to a reduced risk of a disease or health-related condition. They require significant scientific evidence and regulatory approval. Examples include calcium and osteoporosis, and sodium and high blood pressure. Structure, function claims describe how a nutrient supports the normal structure or function of the body. They must be truthful and not imply disease treatment. Examples include supporting healthy bones and maintaining muscle function. Misleading and prohibited claims can exaggerate or falsely imply disease treatment. It's crucial to distinguish between questionable, misleading, and approved claims to ensure compliance and consumer trust. Scientific substantiation is vital for supporting food claims. Organizations must maintain documentation based on validated data and FDA-authorized evidence to protect against regulatory issues. The internal claim review process involves multiple departments to ensure compliance with FDA regulations. From marketing proposals to final label approval, each step is crucial for accurate and compliant claims. Common compliance errors include unsupported health claims and misleading wording. Regular reviews help minimize these risks and ensure accurate labeling. A practical case study shows how a non-compliant claim was revised to meet FDA standards. This highlights the importance of accurate labeling and regulatory compliance. The chapter summary emphasizes the importance of understanding FDA regulations for food claims. Organizations must ensure claims are truthful, scientifically supported, and compliant with regulations. The knowledge check encourages reflection on the key concepts covered, such as the categories of FDA food claims and the importance of scientific substantiation. CDG Training emphasizes the importance of accurate and scientifically supported food claims. Organizations should establish robust review procedures to ensure compliance and maintain consumer trust. Understanding serving size and label standards is crucial for compliance and consumer trust. This chapter covers key aspects like RACC, label formatting, and FDA standards. Reference amounts customarily consumed, RACC, are standardized serving sizes set by the FDA. They ensure consistency across similar food products, helping consumers make informed choices. Manufacturers must align their products with FDA RACC to ensure accurate serving sizes. This prevents misleading nutritional information and supports regulatory compliance. Single-serving and multi-serving packages require different labeling approaches. Accurate labels reflect how consumers are likely to consume the product. Dual-column nutrition labeling provides clarity by showing information per serving and per package. This helps consumers compare nutritional impacts effectively. FDA formatting requirements ensure labels are clear and readable. Proper formatting prevents errors and supports consumer understanding. Typography affects label compliance. Proper font size, color contrast, and spacing ensure labels are legible under normal conditions, reducing regulatory risks. Label placement is crucial for readability and compliance. Mandatory information should be grouped without interruption to ensure clarity and regulatory adherence. Common formatting mistakes can lead to compliance issues. Regular reviews help eliminate errors and ensure labels meet FDA standards. A case study shows how proper label design prevents non-compliance. Updating typography and design standards ensures successful market launches. The chapter summary emphasizes the importance of serving size, RACC, and label formatting for FDA compliance. Proper application reduces regulatory risks. Test your knowledge on RACC, serving size, and FDA compliance. Understanding these concepts is key to effective labeling and consumer trust. CDG Training emphasizes the importance of accurate labels for consumer trust and regulatory compliance. Proper training ensures labels are consistent and compliant. Special labeling requirements are crucial for ensuring consumers receive accurate information about organic, gluten-free, bioengineered foods, dietary supplements, and voluntary labeling claims. These requirements help consumers make informed choices based on health needs, dietary preferences, and ethical considerations. Organic food labeling in the U.S. is regulated by the USDA National Organic Program. Products must meet specific production, handling, and certification standards to be labeled as organic. Categories include 100% organic, and made with organic ingredients. Gluten-free labeling is vital for consumers with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. The FDA allows the gluten-free claim only when food contains less than 20 ppm of gluten. Manufacturers must ensure ingredient verification and control to maintain compliance. Bioengineered food disclosure is required under the National Bioengineered Food Disclosure Standard. Disclosure methods include text statements, symbols, or digital links. It's essential for consumers to have access to this information. Dietary supplements have unique labeling requirements regulated by the FDA. Key elements include the statement of identity, net quantity, ingredient list, and directions for use. Unlike conventional foods, supplements use a supplement facts panel. Voluntary labeling claims provide additional information about product characteristics, such as non-GMO, kosher, or vegan. These claims must be supported by objective evidence to ensure they are truthful and not misleading. Certification marks and third-party logos help consumers identify products that meet specific standards. Examples include USDA Organic and Halal certification. These marks provide assurance of quality and compliance. Before products are released, organizations should verify every special claim is supported by documentation. This structured verification process reduces labeling errors and ensures regulatory compliance. Organizations often encounter compliance issues with special labeling claims. Common mistakes include unsupported organic claims and incorrect gluten-free statements. Regular reviews help identify and correct these issues before market release. A case study of a snack manufacturer highlights the importance of thorough ingredient verification. By implementing additional verification steps, they prevented regulatory action and protected consumers with gluten sensitivities. Special labeling requirements ensure consumers receive accurate information about various food certifications and claims. Organizations should maintain strong verification procedures to ensure compliance and consumer trust. A knowledge check encourages reflection on key topics such as organic food labeling, gluten-free thresholds, and the importance of certification logos. These questions help reinforce understanding of the material covered. CDG training emphasizes the importance of specialized food labeling, requiring higher regulatory knowledge and technical expertise. Accurate labeling builds consumer confidence and expands market opportunities. The United States imports thousands of food products from around the world every day. To protect public health, imported foods must comply with the same FDA food labeling requirements as foods manufactured within the United States. Importers must provide truthful labeling, proper ingredient declarations, allergen information, nutrition facts, and other mandated labeling elements before entering the U.S. market. CDG Training believes that understanding import labeling requirements is essential for professionals involved in international food trade. The FDA oversees imported food products through inspections, document reviews, sampling, and import screening programs. Every imported food product must meet applicable U.S. food safety and labeling regulations regardless of its country of manufacture. Products that fail to comply may be refused entry, detained, or subjected to additional inspections until corrective actions are completed. Country of origin labeling informs consumers where a product was produced or manufactured. While FDA regulations require manufacturer or distributor information, some imported foods are also subject to country of origin labeling requirements under U.S. Customs to ensure accurate, visible, and not misleading information. Importers play a critical role in ensuring that imported foods comply with FDA regulations before distribution in the United States. Responsibilities include reviewing product labels, verifying ingredient compliance, confirming allergen declarations, maintaining import documentation, coordinating with foreign suppliers, and responding to FDA inquiries. Strong importer oversight reduces regulatory risks and supply chain disruptions. The Foreign Supplier Verification Program requires importers to verify that their foreign suppliers meet U.S. safety standards. This involves evaluating supplier performance, conducting audits, and maintaining documentation. Effective FSVP programs strengthen food safety and reduce import risks. Imported food labels must contain the same mandatory information required for domestic products. Required elements include the statement of identity, net quantity, nutrition facts, ingredient list, allergen declaration, and manufacturer or importer information. Translations should accurately reflect the original product information without creating misleading statements. Organizations importing food products often encounter challenges such as translation errors, incorrect ingredient names, missing allergen declarations, non-compliant nutrition facts panels, incorrect measurement units, and missing importer information. Routine regulatory reviews help identify and correct these issues before importation. Accurate documentation supports successful FDA inspections and import reviews. Important records include supplier certifications, laboratory reports, product specifications, shipping documents, and FSVP records. Well-maintained documentation demonstrates compliance and facilitates efficient regulatory inspections. A European confectionery manufacturer planned to introduce chocolate products into the U.S. market. During the import review, the importer identified several non-compliances, including missing sesame allergen declarations, incorrect nutrition facts formatting, and the absence of importer information. Before shipment, the labels were redesigned, ingredient declarations were updated, and all documentation was verified under the Foreign Supplier Verification Program. The products successfully entered the U.S. market without FDA detention or additional inspection delays. Imported food products must comply with FDA food labeling requirements before entering the United States. Importers are responsible for verifying supplier compliance, reviewing labels, maintaining documentation, implementing FSVP requirements, and ensuring accurate country of origin information. Strong import compliance programs protect consumer health while facilitating international trade. Why must imported foods comply with FDA labeling regulations? What is the purpose of country of origin labeling? What are the responsibilities of an importer? What is the objective of the Foreign Supplier Verification Program? What are common labeling errors identified in imported food products? CDG Training believes that successful international food trade depends on strong regulatory knowledge, effective supplier partnerships, and robust import compliance systems. Organizations that implement robust foreign supplier verification programs, identify issues before shipment, maintain compliance, and monitor regulatory changes can reduce import delays, strengthen consumer confidence, and expand access to the U.S. food market while maintaining full FDA compliance. Food label review is a critical quality assurance activity that ensures every label complies with FDA regulations before a product reaches the market. A structured review process verifies that mandatory information is accurate, reducing any risks associated with label errors. CDG Training believes that a robust label review system minimizes regulatory risks, prevents costly recalls, and strengthens consumer confidence. Label verification offers many benefits, ensuring that every aspect of the product label is compliant. The verification process includes various checks: product identity, ingredient list, nutrition facts, allergen declaration, food claims, and manufacturer information. This ensures consumer safety, regulatory compliance, and core accuracy. Successful organizations involve multiple departments during label approval. Typical review team members include regulatory affairs, research and development, marketing, legal, quality assurance, nutrition specialists, packaging designers, and senior management. Each department evaluates different aspects of the label before approval. Packaging involves multiple stages, each requiring close attention to detail. Organizations ensure they meet all necessary milestones before releasing the artwork design modifications. The process includes font size verification, color contrast, certification logos, label placement, barcode readability, and printing specifications. Specific teams within organizations handle change requests, risk assessments, regulatory reviews, label revisions, approvals, and controlled releases. This process prevents sudden label changes from impacting the market. Before approving any product for market, organizations should complete a comprehensive compliance checklist. Typical checklist items include product name, ingredient list, allergen declaration, manufacturer information, net quantity, nutrition facts, food claims, country of origin, and artwork approval. Modern organizations increasingly use digital label management software to improve compliance. Features include version control, electronic approval, centralized documentation, automated workflow, audit trail, and faster updates. Digital systems reduce human error while improving traceability and regulatory readiness. Regular internal audits verify approved labels continue to comply with FDA regulations after commercial production begins. Audit activities include packaging inspection, documentation verification, record review, corrective action review, and product sampling. A standardized review process significantly reduces common label errors. Common errors include incorrect ingredient order, incorrect nutrition facts, missing allergens, unsupported claims, outdated artwork, incorrect manufacturer address, and missing mandatory statements. A frozen food manufacturer launched several new products each year. Previously, labels were approved independently by marketing, resulting in multiple compliance issues. The company introduced a centralized digital label approval system requiring review by regulatory affairs, quality assurance, nutrition specialists, and legal before production. Within 1 year, labeling errors decreased by over 80%, artwork approval time improved significantly, and FDA inspection findings related to labeling were eliminated. Food label review and verification are essential for maintaining FDA compliance throughout the product lifecycle. Cross-functional collaboration, structured approval workflows, digital document management, internal audits, and effective change management ensure that food labels remain accurate, legally compliant, and consumer-friendly. Why is label verification important before product launch? Which departments should participate in label approval? What should be included in a label verification checklist? Why is change management necessary for food labels? How do digital label management systems improve compliance? CDG Training believes that food labeling compliance is not achieved through a single review but through a well-structured quality management system. Organizations that integrate regulatory affairs, quality assurance, product development, marketing, and legal teams into a unified label approval process significantly reduce compliance risks and improve operational efficiency. Digital label management, periodic internal audits, and continuous employee training create a proactive compliance culture that supports long-term FDA regulatory success. FDA inspections are crucial for ensuring food safety and compliance with U.S. regulations. They involve verifying manufacturing practices, labeling, and documentation. Organizations must be prepared for these inspections to avoid enforcement actions. The objectives of FDA inspections include verifying label accuracy, reviewing allergen declarations, and assessing documentation. These inspections ensure consumer safety, regulatory compliance, and market confidence. FDA inspections vary based on business activities and risk. Types include routine surveillance, pre-approval, follow-up, and more, each focusing on compliance and corrective actions. FDA warning letters are issued for significant regulatory violations like misleading claims or incorrect nutrition facts. Addressing these promptly is crucial to prevent further enforcement actions. When violations remain unresolved, the FDA may take enforcement actions such as product detention or civil penalties. Early corrective actions can significantly reduce these risks. Product recalls remove potentially unsafe products from the market. Effective recall procedures and traceability systems are essential for quick response and corrective action. Organizations must respond promptly to FDA observations through root cause analysis, corrective actions, and verification activities to ensure compliance and closure. Inspection readiness involves regular audits, employee training, and continuous improvement. These practices enhance transparency and compliance with FDA standards. Common labeling violations include allergen errors and incorrect nutrition facts. Addressing these issues is crucial for maintaining compliance and consumer trust. A case study of a beverage manufacturer shows how effective corrective actions can resolve FDA observations and prevent further enforcement actions. In summary, FDA inspections ensure compliance with food labeling regulations and protect consumers. Organizations that prepare effectively can avoid warning letters and enforcement actions. A knowledge check helps reinforce understanding of FDA inspection objectives, common violations, and ways to improve readiness. CDG Training emphasizes that successful FDA inspections result from continuous compliance efforts rather than last-minute preparation. Proactive compliance transforms inspections into opportunities for operational excellence. Food labeling is evolving with digital technologies, offering consumers instant access to detailed product information. This chapter explores the latest trends, including QR codes, smart labels, and AI in FDA labeling. Digital food labeling provides comprehensive product information beyond physical packaging limits. It supports transparency and reduces packaging constraints. QR codes on food packaging allow consumers to access detailed product information using their smartphones, enhancing transparency and engagement. Smart labels integrate digital technologies with packaging, offering real-time product information and enhancing consumer trust through transparency. AI in labeling ensures compliance by automating label verification and claim validation, streamlining regulatory processes. Blockchain enhances food traceability by securely recording and verifying product provenance throughout the supply chain. Digital compliance systems streamline labeling activities, offering benefits like centralized documentation and reduced human error. Emerging trends in food labeling include increased transparency, sustainability, and smart packaging, driven by evolving consumer expectations. Organizations must prepare for digital transformation by investing in technology, training, and regulatory monitoring to stay ahead in food labeling. A case study of a global food manufacturer shows how digital transformation improved label approval time and strengthened traceability and consumer engagement. Digital food labeling technologies are transforming consumer engagement and regulatory compliance. Organizations must adopt these technologies to meet future expectations. Test your understanding of digital food labeling with these key questions, focusing on advantages, QR codes, AI, blockchain, and future trends. CDG Training emphasizes the importance of digital transformation in food labeling, enhancing regulatory compliance and consumer trust through advanced technologies. Real-world case studies show how labeling errors impact consumer safety and regulatory compliance. Even small mistakes in labeling can lead to FDA enforcement actions and financial losses. By studying these cases, we learn valuable lessons to improve food labeling compliance. In this case study, a bakery faced issues with undeclared allergens due to packaging errors. Immediate corrective actions included suspending product release and retraining employees. These steps ensured consumer safety and compliance. A beverage company discovered incorrect nutrition facts on their labels. Corrective actions involved laboratory analysis and updated nutrition calculations, ensuring accurate information before shipment. A snack manufacturer had to revise its product claims to meet FDA requirements. By removing unsupported health claims, they ensured compliance and consumer trust. FDA inspections often reveal common labeling errors such as missing allergen declarations and incorrect ingredient orders. Addressing these can significantly reduce compliance risks. Understanding the root causes of labeling errors is crucial. Factors like poor communication and inadequate training often lead to these issues. Addressing these root causes can prevent future errors. The CAPA system helps organizations address labeling errors by identifying problems, containing them, and verifying corrective actions. This process ensures ongoing compliance and improvement. Successful organizations learn from industry cases to improve compliance. By verifying claims and conducting regular training, they enhance their labeling processes and reduce risks. Building a preventive compliance culture involves strategies like employee awareness and regular audits. These efforts reduce risks and improve operational efficiency. A frozen meal manufacturer improved its labeling process by implementing a digital change management system. This led to a significant reduction in labeling errors and enhanced collaboration across departments. Case studies highlight the importance of verification systems and cross-functional communication in reducing labeling errors. Implementing corrective actions strengthens consumer confidence and regulatory compliance. Reflect on the key points covered, such as common labeling errors and the importance of root cause analysis. Understanding these concepts is crucial for regulatory professionals. CDG Training emphasizes the importance of learning from real-world cases to improve compliance systems. By focusing on root causes and preventive actions, organizations can achieve long-term success in the food industry. Effective food labeling compliance helps organizations meet FDA requirements while protecting consumers and reducing regulatory risks. This chapter covers best practices, internal audits, compliance strategies, and audit readiness. Organizations should establish robust procedures to ensure food labeling compliance. This includes SOPs, regulatory reviews, and employee training. Internal audits ensure food labels comply with FDA regulations. This involves planning, inspection, findings, and corrective actions. Document control is crucial for managing label versions and regulatory records. Create, review, approve, and store documents efficiently. Employees involved in food labeling need regular training. This ensures knowledge, competence, confidence, and compliance. Organizations must monitor FDA guidelines and update systems to manage regulatory changes effectively. Inspection readiness involves thorough preparation, including mock audits and documentation reviews. Continuous improvement in label compliance involves planning, implementing, checking results, and adjusting strategies. Common audit findings include nutrition errors, allergen errors, and documentation gaps. Prevention involves addressing these issues proactively. A case study shows significant improvements in labeling accuracy and audit outcomes through standardized procedures and training. Maintaining FDA compliance involves standardized procedures, effective document control, and continuous improvement. Reflect on the importance of internal audits, document management, and monitoring regulatory changes for food labeling compliance. CDG Training emphasizes the importance of strong governance and continuous learning for sustainable FDA compliance. Building a future of compliant food labeling is essential for consumer protection and transparency. This course equips you with the knowledge to ensure food labels are accurate, truthful, and meaningful. Throughout this course, you explored the comprehensive understanding of FDA food labeling regulations, covering everything from the regulatory framework to practical case studies. Understanding FDA regulations, verifying label accuracy, and ensuring compliance are crucial steps in mastering food labeling. Applying FDA food labeling knowledge in real-world operations enhances efficiency and strengthens consumer confidence across various departments. Emerging trends in food labeling, such as AI and blockchain, are shaping the future by improving transparency and efficiency. Knowledge of FDA food labeling regulations opens up diverse career opportunities in the food industry, from regulatory affairs to product development. Career paths in food labeling include roles like regulatory assistant and food compliance consultant, each playing a vital role in ensuring compliance. Building a culture of compliance involves leadership commitment, employee training, and continual improvement to minimize risks and enhance performance. Leadership, training, and continuous improvement are key to maintaining compliance and enhancing organizational performance. Remember these key takeaways. Food labels must be truthful, consumer safety is paramount, and transparency builds trust. Reflect on these questions to solidify your understanding of food labeling compliance and its importance in your organization. CDG Training offers professional certification in food labeling, providing flexible learning options and a digital certificate upon completion. CDG Training emphasizes the importance of accurate food labeling for consumer protection and regulatory excellence, supporting your professional growth.